This ship is big. Not as big as some of the other ships available in the game, but it's still pretty big. This is the Carrack by Anvil. It's kind of an exploration cum cargo, cum other sort of all-around vessel. It is rather big. Trying to figure out how we get in here. There is... Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of the wrong ship. In terms of entering, there is definitely a panel that drops down somewhere. Which is on the other side, of course. There's that little marker. One of the ways to entry, if not the only way to entry, is this ramp access. And where's the ramp? Well, it's right over here. Let's try that again. There we go. Again, this ship is pretty big. Kind of reminiscent to me of Firefly, Serenity, in a sense. Let's pull this cargo hold door back up. Let's do a quick walkthrough. Down over here, we've got several layers of cargo holds, each with an elevator that can take you down to the cargo floor. And then finally we get to this this space here, which allows us to access the escape pods and also go further toward the back, toward the turrets, the aft turret. And then there's an elevator here, I believe. Oh no, this is the cargo. There is an elevator around here somewhere, I thought. Oh, here, it's right over here. Need to call it. Now, this ship has 4 floors in total. The subdeck, which is where we came in, the hab deck, the technical deck, and the cartography deck. And here we are. So the first deck is the habitation deck, which will also allow us to access the lower part of the bridge, which we'll get on soon enough. And we have an option of going either left or right. And through this window, which is frosted, is the med bay, which is really wonderful to have on this ship, because not only will it allow you to heal certain injuries up to tier 1, I believe, which are like broken legs and that sort of thing, anything that's fairly minor injury. It will also allow you to set it as a spawn point. And I'm just not going to really spend too much time here because of the timeout on the hangar, but we've got some kind of conference room on the left-hand side, and on the right here we have sort of like a play mess area. And then a little, I think there's a workshop through here somewhere. Oh no, this is the sort of like a, oh, this is the captain's area with the captain's bed and bathroom. Some storage space for weapons and other stuff. Pretty neat. Oh, there's a chessboard. main bridge. I'll just quickly go to the to the upper part of the bridge, and we'll see. Here we have a couple of seats. These can be a little funky, but they're both gunner seat, I believe. Come on, here we go. Yeah. And this is the support seat. What that entails, I don't know really. And then we have a nice little cartographic table, which we also see above in the back of the ship. And then we have the command station, sort of like where the captain would place themselves, giving out orders. And the pilot goes down front and center. Now, I'll take the elevator down because I'm civilized, I suppose. You can actually jump over the railing down to the lower bridge. Bridge. We're going to get what I think we're going to get what is known as a 30K, which means that we'll get a disconnect, but before we do that, hopefully I'll be able to jump over the railing here, and we'll quickly see. Here are the pilot seat and the co-pilot's chairs. Okay. It's weird that the elevator did not allow us to go down. But let's see if the hangar will let us out. Now, clear to launch. Clear to launch. Let's start up our engines. Just to give you an idea, this ship is wide. You can see it's barely touching the walls, the lower part of the walls there. VTOL, you can see that the engines rotate. It's pretty neat. Alright, let's go forward. Let's take her out. Landing gear up.
Landing gear raised. Thank you, and please visit again.
Now, I'm going to throw this in the middle of the video here, but there is a free fly event going on at Star Citizen this weekend, where you can rent ships like the Carrack and other things. There is a schedule of ship manufacturers that is listed somewhere on the website, I believe, where you can take a look and see what days those are provided. The ships are free to rent for the duration, for about a day and some change. And you can go to the planet Crusader, where the floating city of Orison is located, and that is where the free fly event is taking place. So yeah, little plug for that. I will admit the game has its faults, its flaws, it's buggy, it's messy, but it is still a lot of fun for me to play it. I derive a lot of enjoyment from it. And just the fact that you are able to walk through a ship this massive and wind up piloting something like this is just, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's amazing, the level of detail that is available here. So yeah. Now, with a ship like the Carrack, the pilot does not have any access to any armaments. because the pilot is to, well, focus on piloting. So the nature of combat is to be carried out, or combat is to be carried out by the co-pilots and or the gunner. So this is a true multi-crew ship in that sense of the word. There are other ships that might allow the pilot to fire.
Hello, and thank you for contacting EDO
Some of the other armaments. However, you might not get a full combat loadout, or rather, that's not quite the right word to use. You might not be able to do full combat with a ship without having all the appropriate seats filled. But that's just the nature of the beast. Other ships I rented were the Valkyrie, which is a true military-style ship that's more of like a dropship with some gunning capabilities. So from what I understood, or I've also seen it referred to as, quote, a miniature version of the Hammerhead, because it has a lot of guns on it. There's also the F-8C Hornet, or maybe the F-7C Hornet, which is a small one-man fighter, and so many other ships being targeted, it looks like. Anyway, so while I'm sitting out here, I am going to take you to some of the other areas on the ship. Because I am not wearing a flight suit, I am not going to go outside. However, some things of interest. You can actually access panels here to, well, maybe take care of some physicalized items like maybe, I don't know, armor, guns, and some point soon, maybe modules. Let's see, there's radar access. So maybe you could get a radar module and stick it in there, or maybe, oh, I don't know. Some of the ideas here are not quite yet in place totally, but the framework is there, I suppose you could say. So yes, while I'm out here, away from the pilot's seat, and hopefully in a safe enough space, this is the rear elevator, again, which takes us to all floors, including cartography. And you can get a nice view of the front of the ship there. But we're going to go up this way. I said we're going to go out this way. And so this is cartography. I'm not sure if it's this ship or another, but there's a similar room in this or the other ship I'm thinking of where I glitched out of cartography and onto the top of the hull. Not something you want to have happen. So, be careful. Now, this is what it says it is. It's an airlock, but nicely enough, the ship is provided with a de facto airlock here, a separate breathable atmosphere before stepping out onto the deck of the ship there, which in fact is a hangar. Yes, this ship has a hangar in it. So we'll go down to the technical deck, and I'll show you. Before I do so, EVA. I don't know why I'm not suffocating right now, but that takes you out to the deck, the hangar deck. Now, going back through here and through this door. It's a little confusing, but I get accustomed to it, I guess. So that's the front of the ship. Let's go to the technical deck and aim ourselves this way. Mind your head, of course, because tall folks can possibly hit the ceiling. Now, this is the hangar. The hangar roof is closed, but if we touch this panel here, we can open the hangar door. Very nice. Now the platform doesn't, the hangar platform doesn't raise, it's a stationary platform. But it can stow a whole variety of smaller ships, even the RSI Aurora. I am very surprised I'm able to breathe despite not having any suit on. Anyway. Maybe there's an atmospheric force or something on top there. Anyway. So, let's go back to the pilot seat. I hope I'm going the right way. Here we are. Okay. And let's go to the lower deck. This is not the lower bridge. That's a bug. Okay. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. More storage. Very neat. I guess in case you wanted to store your bottle of whiskey or something, I don't know what pilots like to store in there. Maybe some extra chocolate or some burgers or some armaments in case you get overtaken. Anywho. I'm going to try to park this puppy, hopefully without incident.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And there we go. Now, where is the marker? There it is. Now, being that this is a very big ship, some people might advocate to use the external camera. Being that I like to live dangerously, I am not going to use the external camera to get my bearings. Because I feel it's not necessarily an elitist sort of thing, it's just, it makes sense if you're going to do it as realistically as possible, then it might be worthwhile at least getting accustomed to it. Also, I'm thinking if you're going to be in the midst of some sort of combat around a station and you're looking to park, then it might be best to stop. Okay, I am going to use the external camera just to demonstrate here. This is how close I was to to hitting that platform there. Not to mention that I'm upside down. Yeah, that was a thing. I'm going to back myself up here. Spin around. Make sure to set down the landing gear. Also, the nice thing about the pilot seat is that it's in dead center. So it makes it very easy to center the ship. entirely without incident.
Engines offline.
But I did technically land. With big red
Landing
boo-boos up
complete.
front.
Have a pleasant stay.
But you know what? That's fine. I made it. That's what matters. Alright. Go down. Alright. Oh, this is lower deck. What am I saying? I'm trying to get, trying to get out, going to the subdeck. So I need to go, say, to this elevator. Actually, I could probably exit the ship from this elevator, if I recall. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Huh. Okay. I am not going to exit from this elevator. Let's go this way, shall we? There are elevator bugs all over, I guess, but this one should work. Knock on wood. All right, cargo. Cargo space. You can inspect the cargo, I imagine, if you wanted to. The physical cargo, anyway. The roads with the cargo are like that. And then we get back to the front area. What they call it, the garage, I suppose. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, the little thing about the garage is you can actually raise up the ramp here, which acts as kind of like a buffer to the cargo area in case you have any high-speed run-ins with one of the vehicles coming up the ramp. Say you had a challenging run-in with some other folks on foot, or rather in a vehicle, and you're racing up. Last thing you want to do is have someone, say, come out of the cargo hold and then hit the vehicle that's ramming right in here, so the ramp helps with that, I guess. There are other scenarios where that might be useful, but that is a feature. Also, I only now just realized that the engines also act as feet, where I was thinking that this was just the sole foot of Carrack. Oops. Yep. That happened. Alright, so that was a quick run through of the Carrack, Anvil Carrack. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later in the verse.